All right. Hello, hello. Let me go ahead and make sure. Sweet. All right. So I apologize for the technical difficulties for everybody who is watching on the replay. Oh my God, had some issues this morning. I don't know why. You know what it is? It's because I keep transferring my my microphone back and forth between the computer that I do music production on and then here. So yes, here we are. Sunday morning, March 20th. Exciting times indeed. Let me go ahead and see what's happening with my thing here. Chuni, what's going on? Good morning. All right, so I got 5 minutes for this. Let's withdraw some star bits, and then we're gonna do some market analysis. Let's do CoinGecko. Oh boy. So SPS. Let's talk about that. Okay, so I saw coin market cap. Yep, there we go. 10.005. We just hit a new all-time low today, 2 hours ago. Chuni, you're loving all the new tournament play? I love the fact that there is such a renewed focus on the competitive side. So I've rented my cards out for the season. I'm just like, you know what? I think last stream was the one I was just like, I think I lost like 6 games in a row. I'm like, screw this. I'll only play the tournaments that I can get in for novice. But yeah, no, I love it. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of money coming in. I mean, there was a good. I missed it. I missed a stream. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Where they were like on the front page of Twitch. Splinter's TV is cool too on Twitch. Was on with Mancer late last night. Oh, very cool. Wait, like Cryptomancer from the team? Yeah, Mitchell. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. I could not get my microphone connected for some reason, or like the audio interface connected. It was there, but it wasn't recognizing it, and then I was like, yeah, that was just bad. I should have tested it beforehand. But appreciate you sticking through the technical difficulties. Oh, Tales from the Cryptomancer. Oh, good dude for sure. Yeah, there's a ton of great content creators around the space. So make sure you guys are checking them all out. I've actually been very slow on content recently. It's been a bit of a weird couple of days. But, you know, we make it through. So, I don't have any cards on me right now. But what are some of the tournaments that you are looking at, Chuni? Zen Sports Cup qualifier. So, I'm in this one. I'm probably going to... Oh, I'd have to recall my cards back, like, today by 5 p.m. to make sure that I can play. But it's great to see, for sure. Ooh, Noob Modern Silver Shield Knights. Ooh, look at this. You only need 25k power. See, this is what I'm talking about. Part of me wants to go back down in leagues. I know, that's like so counterintuitive, right? But I was just looking, for example, at this, where I'm just like, you know what? Look at how cheap it is to rent out Jotun and Llama, right? If I wanted to, Jotun, Llama, and Valnamor. Like if I rented these guys, I could just play in bronze. I just like level up cards for bronze. I'd have 3 like OP splinters, and then I'm spending what 20 cents a day to try and go for leaderboards, right? And I'll hopefully have fun in bronze. I don't know how it is, but I'm able to rent out my main deck at that point and just focus on, you know, just focus back on having fun in the game. Because the problem is like where I'm at with gold and gold 2, from like a rating perspective, gold 3, gold 2. I mean, I'm just getting brutally beat down every single game. I mean, this isn't it. These are some tournament games, which I didn't even bother entering. But wait, what? How did I win these? Oh, I guess we both didn't enter in a team? That's funny. Okay, so what up, Icy Flow? How are you? Shuni, yesterday I saw a comment in Mav chat by AG, and he said he wants to focus on yield farming guilds. If I understood his comment, do you know what that means? Yield farming guilds. I mean, I understand what yield farming is, and I would love for there to be some kind of DeFi elements implemented into Splinterlands, because that's what makes something like DeFi Kingdoms so popular. Like, the game on DeFi Kingdoms is meh, right? Like, it's just a idle clicker essentially, but there's like a huge or like large buy-in. So I'm gonna try and make some star bits while I'm at it. So I don't know how that would work with guilds. I need to catch up on the map chat. Icy Flow, do you know anything more about this? If there's yield farming involved, that'll be interesting. I was thinking that it'd be cool to have some kind of DeFi elements with land. And I don't know how that would work necessarily, and if it would be like all land, but I just think that'd be awesome to create like an even deeper and more complex economy once land comes in. But that's like 6 months out to me, in my opinion. So it's not coming anytime soon. Bronze Blunderbust. YGG finished 12th last night. Ooh, congratulations, Silver Shield noobs. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to start entering these tournaments again. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I'm making some good change from renting out my deck right now. So I'm getting about 550 DEC a day renting the deck out, and we're how many days into the season? We got like 10 days left. So technically I would be cool with, or 11 days. That's 10 days and 23 hours. So I would probably just not call the team back in until like 2 or 3 days before the end of the season. I see what's up, calling the game and investing strategies perfectly. Maybe try with another account. Actually, Mitchell, you're probably right. I should do that. I have a secondary account, which I haven't done anything with. So maybe that'll be good to mess around there. Good call. Good call. Because how much? I'd actually be curious to see how much I would need to earn in order to just like turn a profit. I don't think it'd be too much. Let's see. I would need. This would just be me trying to dominate bronze and have fun in bronze. The thing is, I don't think that I would be able to maintain all of these rentals, right? These three. Well, I guess I would also need Kron, but that's about what, 25 cents? 25 cents per day. Is anybody still playing in bronze? I'm just curious what the earnings are like. I'm assuming they got to be really, really rough. I think it means giving price breaks to onboard large guilds. Oh, Chuni. Okay, I think I misread your comment. He wants to focus on yield farming guilds. So I'm assuming that yield farming is what the guilds are doing. And he's interested in focusing on them. Huh. Okay. So what does that mean then? Well, what are some of the guilds that he's looking at? I need to do a little more research on what guilds are out there. It was actually really great chatting with Nifty Arcade, and then YGG seems to be really, really involved in the community. I love it. They got the tournaments and all that. And YGG is one of the bigger ones too, so. But I think guilds are just popping up as like a new business model that people can jump into. Okay, so I think it means good. Okay, so I want to get back to playing more. Investing is just too boring, and I'm reserving for BTC strategies. So I've been So I've been dollar cost averaging out for the last couple of weeks from on DEC. Well, actually, it's not even just DEC. It's like whatever I earn from rentals, I'm taking 1/3 of like my rental income, and I'm pulling that out and putting that into BTC, and then the other 2/3 will either go back. I was buying SPS like crazy. Before I was buying SPS like crazy, I was buying certain cards just to continue leveling up my deck and max it out for gold. But I don't know. I just find like the upper tiers of gold, I just can't compete. So part of me, like, the frustration was definitely getting to me, and part of me was just, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until modern format at this point. Like that's how I feel, because I hate like getting beat down by the older alpha and beta cards. I don't know what that's like in bronze and silver, but in gold it's brutal because these cards have like a billion different abilities at those levels, and if you don't have them, it sucks. All right, SPL is playing first, investing second. Chuni, that's a good way to look at it. And Chuni, we need more people who play the game like that and enjoy the game for what it is. Igor, I've just joined. You went through that already? What do you mean? And then, are you in Texas, Chuni? Just curious, because you put TX there. Every time we mention land, the team, they push it back another quarter. Maybe we shouldn't bring it up anymore. Double Day Blue, hey, what's up? What's up? I know. I like renting out my deck because it's just like guaranteed income, and I don't have to play, and I get to take that DEC and then churn it into into SPS, or I could churn it into more cards. But I do miss playing. And I'm wondering if, as I was saying earlier, Harris, good morning. I'm wondering if I should just rent out some cards that I really enjoy playing with, like the OP summoners here. Let's go to card rentals. Like, I mean, I don't know, just grabbing these guys like 1, 2, 3, and playing like I don't know. It just seems like it'd be fun. Because here's the thing. I want to play to enjoy it. And I feel like when I'm playing in gold, I'm not enjoying it. Just being honest with you guys. Like, it's so much of a grind. I go on these nasty losing streaks. And even though my deck is mostly, not mostly, it's like 70 to 80% maxed for Chaos Legion in gold. Like I said, I hate going up against any older cards, including modern format. So like, you know, Scarred Llama Mage and Jotun. But then there's just some other cards that these get paired with. So part of me wants to go back down to bronze, like rent these cards and mess around with it. So maybe we'll see. Chuni, are you still selling SPS to buy cards? Seems like the right thing to do. Not sure holding an asset that may go down 70% in the next 6 months. You know, Chuni, I've been doing the opposite. I've actually stopped as soon as Chaos Legion came out. I stopped selling SPS and I started buying more SPS. So I started converting everything even more, and I stopped buying cards because I was like, you know what? I bought like 500 packs, I think, during the pre-sale, and then I bought more packs since. But it allowed me to get a maxed out silver deck, and then I've slowly been working my way up to a maxed out gold deck. Now I'm not there yet, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being like counterintuitive right now, and I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but I've just been stacking as much SPS as I possibly can, and the price, as it continues to go down, I continue to buy more and more and more. Like, I'm selling everything. I'm selling vouchers. I'm swapping DEC, all the DEC that I get from wins, all the DEC that I get from rental income. I was even selling Starbits for a little bit and buying SPS. But I've kind of stopped doing that. I'll do a little bit here and there, but after getting the Millionaire card, I'm actually trying to play, quote unquote, play Rising Star a little bit more, where I'm collecting assets in there, just to see if I can earn more. Do I think SPS is? Are you saying SPS may go down 70% in the next 6 months? I mean, that'd be crazy. The thing is, it's not out of line for altcoins to go down 95 to 99% during bear markets. So the thing is, like, it sounds ridiculous, right? That you're saying this could go down another 70%. It could actually go down another 90%. Because if our recent high was $1-ish, right? This is from July, but I think we hit close to $1. Like, this could go down to a penny, and the floor price will completely be lost after the investor thing is done at the end of next month. It would make me really sad if it did that, and I would start to question my own my own strategy, because I think at that point I would have been like, you know what, I should have just exited out of SPS a lot sooner and bought cards and had fun with the game rather than trying to outsmart the market and keep averaging my cost down. Tourneys is where the game is going, and big prizes will start to get attention. I hope so. Well, it was great to see that they got a lot of attention on Twitch the other day. Kevin Mitchell. Hey, what up, Kevin? Maybe we should not mention Lance so they can't keep pushing it back. Oh, shoot. I'm like 8 minutes behind on chat, so let me catch up on chat. So, Ben, you're saying sub 1 to 2 DEC. Ooh, in bronze? Oh, that's actually kind of disappointing. I've been bugging the team this week to add news community learning page to the website to make it easier for new players to get involved. Icyflow, you always got some good suggestions in the chat. Appreciate your input there. Bronze sucks. Looking forward to more chests being awarded for each league. 0.89 DEC in bronze 1, 100% ECR, no gold cards. Oh no. Map chat reviews would be good. Content for you to focus on. I would love to hear your thoughts on the comments. I mean, I'm usually good about keeping up with the map chat. It's just been a busy last couple of days. So I haven't even been posting as many videos. Like, I usually try to get a couple of videos out per day. But I will try again this week to catch up on some things and then get the content out to you guys. It's hard. I've been hanging in gold with a mostly silver deck. I have 2 summoners at gold, but really cutting it. So I changed my investment plan. So all my DEC, because it was dropping on a daily basis. What is DEC at right now? Wow, yeah, it continues to go down. Like I said, DEC is just not the thing for me. I don't want to, like, the reason that I'm so bearish and so vocal about being bearish on DEC is because I just don't want anybody else to get wrecked. I changed my investment plan. Oh, you bought more vouchers. Voucher prices have been pretty good lately. They've been holding over $1, which is good. Hive is doing well. I think I'm actually making money overall in the swap.hive and DECLP. I took all of my money out of the swap or the Hive and DECLP to buy enough Starbits for the millionaire card. But actually, Starbits have been going up. I don't know if you guys, whoever's paying attention to Starbits, but 0.00029. So I got all of mine when they were 0.00025. So that's almost like a 25% gain for me on my Starbits holdings. Yeah, it's not bad. Yo, what up, Wilson? Am I renting again this season? Yeah, so my cards are already rented out. I did it following Thursday. I got so frustrated Thursday, and then I knew that it was just going to be a busy couple of days. So normally I wouldn't rent out until like today when there's 10 days left in the season. But I was just like, you know what? Let me just rent it out because I'm not going to be able to play and do anything. But I'm missing. I feel like I'm really starting to miss out on the tournaments now. So Tune saying silver is a sweet spot. Looking forward to modern so that I only have to rent untamed stuff and not alphas and betas. I'm looking forward to modern too. I wonder if that's going to put added price pressure, like upward price pressure on the modern or on untamed and dice. So Icy Flow, it's about waiting for top players to get high enough rating that you don't face them. Yeah, but see, Icy Flow, the thing is, those awesome DEC rewards are at the beginning of the season. So it's just like, you want to grind because every win, like this season the rewards weren't as good. That's another reason why I got a little discouraged. But last season, I remember there were games where I was winning anywhere between like 40 to 60 DEC per win, which later on in the season, and that was for like gold 3 or gold 2. And the thing is, like, later on in the season, you're getting like less than 10. So each one of those wins is like 4 to 6 wins, or equivalent to 4 to 6 wins later on in the season. So even though you go on these like massive losing streaks like I did, every time you get a win, it's just like, okay, I'm pulling in a ton right now. How about you sell SPS and level up cards for gold 1? Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I probably should have been doing that when SPS was higher too. But I don't know. I just have this goal of like being an SPS whale, which is going to take forever. Actually, it's not that it's going to take forever. It's just that SPS is going to continue to go down in price. So technically it could be a little bit easier, but I'm really trying not to throw any more cash into this game. I'd like for it to be able to like self-sustain if it can. I think the sweet spot is level 5 summoners and silver 1 through gold 3 and 2. Okay. SPS at 3 cents is possible. What do you think, IC? IC says, yeah. My other gaming tokens have done well this week, but SPS is falling. I think SPS will depend a lot on land. I mean, I think we're just in a free fall right now with SPS. I think if you guys think this is bad now, just wait until the investor thing is over, and then there'll be like no need to hold on to any of it. Like right now, the price is probably artificially being propped up just due to the fact that investors have 2 more drops, right? This month and next month. But after that, if I was an investor in this game and I was given like 20 million SPS that I bought for 1.8 cents, and the price of SPS now is what? 10 cents? That's a clean 5x. All signs are pointing to, deep bear market. Bitcoin is failing to cross any of like the moving averages that it needs to do. I would take my 5x and leave. Maybe not all of it, but I would definitely take like half off the table. Why not? And then wait for SPS to drop down to a penny. So I say all these things, and yet I'm still buying SPS at 10 cents. Zach, what's going on? How are you? I have a large amount of vouchers. I want to put my sell after that level. Okay. Yeah, I've been selling Starbits. Starbits has a huge burn. Okay, so Icy Flow, how I don't know anything about the tokenomics for Starbits. I was thinking that maybe they get burned every time a pack is sold, but there's no tokenomics anywhere. Like where did you get that info? I just want to do research. So I'm not saying I don't believe you. I've just been trying to learn more about Starbits, because the whole reason I didn't get into Rising Star for the longest time was because I didn't trust the value of Starbits in the long run, and therefore I was just like, every time I would get it, I would sell it for SPS. And now I'm at a point where I'm just using Starbits to buy more in-game assets and earn more Starbits, essentially. Ben Holiday, we getting Karnstein drop Wednesday, Thursday? I think we'll get it soon. I mean, this thing is not picking up. Everybody was thinking like, oh, once we get closer, like, there'll be a little momentum, but I think we're still averaging about 20K per day. So yeah, Tuesday is probably the day that we'll cross it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get it by Wednesday or Thursday. And if you're asking me if I think sales are going to pick up immediately beyond Carnage Titan, no, I don't. I don't think so at all. I think it's going to stay at this like 15 to 20K range that it's been doing. Maybe if they show us some details about the new legendary summoner, there'll be something there. But I think people are tapped out. Like all of their assets are completely in the red. I mean, the rest of the market is doing okay, but human psychology is like, okay, like all these other coins are pumping. Do I want to sell these coins while they're pumping to buy more assets in a game that it feels like is falling? You know what I mean? And so that's where like the long-term conviction really needs to come in. Overall, do you think it's better to add abilities over damage? Example, Shattered over one more magic for a monster. Chuny, I mean, I think it really just depends on the rule set and what you think your opponent is gonna play. I think abilities do come in very, very handy though, and that's what makes the game so much more interesting at the higher levels and more frustrating, right? Because the alpha and beta cards that I go up against, or that you go up against at those levels in gold and then in diamond, are like, I mean, they all have like 5 abilities or something. Vilson, personally, I don't care about the price right now. I'm ready to hold for years. We'll try to stack more over time. But like you said, if I was an investor, I would sell some for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not selling any. Mainly because my focus right now is trying to get my initial cost price down, and I don't even know what that is. But like I said, I bought a rather large chunk at 80 cents. So that's why, to me, I'm just like, let me accumulate as much as possible right now, because I am ready to hold for the long run. That's never been an issue. If SPS hit 1 cent, would I buy? Yeah, probably. I mean, even if SPS hits like less than 5 cents, I would probably buy more, because at that point, it's like, at that point, it's gonna go like. Here's my thesis, right? I don't think SPS is going to die as a token, because I don't think Splinterlands as the game is going to die. I could be wrong. But from everything that I've seen, there's a very awesome long-term vision here. And so at that point, I'm just like, okay, well, the downside risk can't be that much worse, right? So if it's like 5 cents, 2 cents, 1 cent, like, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to like go all in, but that would be a time to probably go massively into it. And, that would probably be the time where it's just like, okay, if it's at a penny, then, maybe that's when I get very close to my millionaire SPS millionaire goal. So Ron, what's happened? Did they announce when modern format starts? They have said, and this is according to Cryptomancer a couple of town halls ago, that modern format will be hopefully implemented by the end of April. So we have about a little bit more than a month, maybe 5 to 6 weeks. Kevin, everyone has their own belief in investment strategies, and honestly, everything could work out. It all depends on the time people are willing to wait. Yep. Patience is the key. Yes, I would want to see the tourneys going well. I have a little bit of powder just in case it drops like 5 cents. All right, Mitchell, sounds like you're good to go. I truly believe vouchers will go to at least $2 in 2 to 3 months with the new promo. I hope so. That'd be a nice clean 2x for you, Kevin, and anybody else who's stacking vouchers right now. So the record staking to earn pro is dominated by a whale. I think he buys all the star bits up. That's not really a burn though, because at any point he could just dump on the community. I think what's more of a, not a burn, but like, it's not staking essentially, or technically, but everybody trying to go for the Starbits millionaire card has to hold 1 million Starbits. And so that could start to eat up a lot of liquidity from the market, right? If everybody needs to hold on to that. At some point, I'll sell off my assets to buy cards and enjoy myself. Okay. I think you're talking about music promoter, not record staking. SPS went down. Boo. Yeah. We hit a new all-time low, guys. Low. Well, I should play that song today just for I should play that song today just for just to celebrate the new all-time low. Kind of at that point, sold half my SPS to buy cards and spending DEC instead of sitting on it. Harris, yes, you're right. Even at a penny, I'm not getting to 1 million. How much would that be? Or I could probably just do, what was that, 10 grand? Oh man, but that would be, yeah. But see, this is what I'm saying right now. Yes, you would need to have severe and very, very deep conviction that SPS was going to go back to $1. But at that point, if SPS drops to 1 penny, that's when the 100x gains are made, right? So, just saying. Just saying. Sorry, Harris is right, the music promoter. Okay. But is that okay. I still don't think it's a burn, right? So Kevin, all the investment strategies take the fun out of playing. I agree. And honestly, you know what it is? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, this is a game, right? And everybody, myself included, is getting bummed out because the assets in the game, right? SPS, DEC, land, cards, they're all falling in price. So all of the investors are bummed right now, but the players, and some of us are both, right? In fact, I'm sure most of us are both. The players should be ecstatic right now that you can now get freaking Llama or Jotun for like half off. I mean, I remember I was ready to buy Kron at $400 to $500. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm approaching this the wrong way. Maybe instead of buying SPS, I should just be buying cards. But it's hard, man. I love stacking SPS. Maybe I'm just a sucker for pain, but I love stacking SPS. I also don't like the fact that I'm not stacking SPS at a faster rate than everybody else around me, because I'm starting to get less and less vouchers every day, which sucks. True, I keep getting pulled in with more dollars to get better deck. I think movie side was better than up with deck building. Level 34 in Rising Stars, faster level up than I thought I would get. Hard to get 50 for Starburst Millionaire. Mitchell, you're going to be there sooner than you realize, though. I mean, if you're already at level 34, just focus on the lessons. Buy cards that will get you like a ton of skill, because then you don't have to worry about ego later on, and you'll be good to go. Adhan is saying, I played over 1K ranked games last season. Wow. I enjoyed this game so much. I thought it's fun, man. They're like little mini chess matches. Heard Clove dumped a few crons and price went down to 130. Oh, that's not Kron. Where's Kron? Oh, maybe they're all just... See, I'm still not ready to spend $150 on a card, though. Even Kron. Also, I think Kron is very beatable now. Maybe not in bronze and parts of silver, but... All right, Kevin, we'll see you later. Oh, see, Icy Flow saying Kron isn't that good either. I mean, there's certain like rule sets where Kron will murder you by himself. He doesn't even need Llama. But yeah, it's just like if I was going to buy Kron, I'd also have to buy Llama, who is surprisingly cheap right now too. If I was going to get one of these cards, I don't think that I would go for the older cards here. Oh, I feel bad for all my Waka Spirit Blade holders. This thing is going for so cheap now. It'd probably be like Kitty or Jotun. But I mean, I've even been looking at some of these other cards here. Like I get murdered by Dragon Jumper all the time. It'd be nice to have one on my team, even at level 1. Oops. I used to run Vigilator out all the time. I don't anymore, but Vigilator was great for that. Oh, and he's going for less than a penny? Sometimes I have to ask myself, what am I doing? I was supposed my battles when I beat Llama. I might kill Discord. It's fun, man. It feels so satisfying when you beat Lamacron. But see, part of me is looking at this and saying, I can't spend money on these guys until I max out my Chaos Legion deck, which, like I said, I'm still not even close to. First things first, got to be the summoners. And even Cornelius is fun to play with. I've actually never played with him, but it's just so difficult to kill. Okay, let's actually go to my cards here. So summoner standpoint, I need 3 more Quixes to max out Quix. I need more Obsidians as well. And then from there, man, it's like you need 60 cards here. And then 55 more. So maxing out is like essentially almost double of gold. I use my level 1 Magnor and Diamond. Oh, that's another card that I thought would be good. Icy Flow. Good call on that one. The thing is, so I was even thinking, like, you know, go with the combo of Magnor and like Kid Yuff, right? Because Kid Yuff is so cheap too. Like $3.11. And then you just play Magnor whenever there's a when there's one of those like either trample rule sets or enrage rule sets. My thoughts on this are like, I wonder in listening to Weirdbeard, I wonder what the game will potentially be like when and if and when they have tournaments that are like, you know, everybody gets equal access to cards, you know, so like everybody plays like a maxed out deck or a maxed out gold deck, and then it really comes down to like skill and strategy rather than playing with, you know, your cards, because at that point that would actually reduce value or the incentive for people to hold cards. If you think about it. I'd have to sell like a ton in order to keep leveling up. But yeah, probably be cheaper. Oh wait, so cards may be cheaper in August, and we'll still have legendary summoners coming, which could change the meta. Problem is, everything will. So Chuni, actually, so going back to that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been focused on buying cards right now, because my thesis is that card prices will continue to go down. The only problem is that I also believe SPS will continue to go down. So it's like, where do I, like, you know, where's the better play here? What's going to retain its value more? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I wish I did. So let's see. Land is going for $332. Vouchers are over $1 again, which is great to see. Ooh, chaos packs are under $3 once again. Trying to sell a few Almo. Bought a bunch of them when we had the car crash before CL. I think you're the only YouTuber that pronounces kid the same as... Wait, does everybody call him Quidyuf? Don't tell me they call him Quidyuf, because there's no U in there. I read it as Kid Yef. But I don't know. I'm not. I haven't heard the name spoken. I should ask Nate or the creative team, the lore team. Maybe those. So Ben saying maybe those tournaments will require big CP. That could be a barrier to entry. Incentivize owning cards. Ben, that's actually a great point. So you need to own the CP or own maybe. You know, here's the thing though. If you're gonna be buying all these cards, like if in order to play you need to own a bunch of cards, where's the incentive, right? Because like I think what the idea is you want to get people just interested in the space overall. So you want to get the random person who watches a YouTube stream or Twitch stream that's just like, oh, this looks interesting. Let me enter something, and I want to enter in without. I'll pay the entrance fee, but I don't want to buy any cards because I don't know if I really like the game yet, right? But it gets them into the ecosystem. So that creates maybe too much of a barrier. I like the idea. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea. What I'm thinking now is I wonder, is CP going to be the thing, or maybe they'll have like a 2-tiered system, right? Where it's just like, okay, if you have the CP, then you get like a discounted price, or if you have a certain amount of SPS stake, then you get a discounted price on entering a tournament. Actually, they should be doing stuff like that. If you have like certain amounts of SPS staked, that to me would just incentivize people to hold SPS. Right now, the frustrating thing about being an SPS holder is the constant talk about like driving value to SPS. And I feel like either in the map chat or even just here on these live streams, excuse me, and I'm sure many other, content creators talk about it. Like, you guys have so many awesome ideas for how to bring value to SPS. And I know those changes are not like you flip a switch from a coding perspective and a developing perspective, but it's just like there's so many things that could be done to actually give SPS some kind of value. Because right now it has nothing. It really does. I mean, sure, you need some to get into some of these tournaments. That's fair. That's a good start. You're gonna need it for Rift Watchers, but you're not going to need it outside of the fact that you'll need to buy. You'll need to buy it at the time. Because here's the thing with Rift Watchers that's going to make it interesting, or that actually makes it less interesting. You don't need to. You'll be able to buy it with the market value of SPS. Now imagine if they said, similar to like Waka, each pack is going to cost you like $500, or not 500, but like 5,000 SP, or how much is $5 in SPS right now? 5 divided by 0.1. Is that right? Okay, so yeah, what if they said each pack is going to cost you 50 SPS rather than, let's say, so like right now, people would probably be stacking up on SPS, and there would actually be a value derived for SPS rather than it just being whatever the market price is, right? Because if I believe that SPS is going to continue to go down, rather than spending $5 on 50 SPS right now, I'm just going to wait until, and it doesn't matter whether the price of SPS is at 10 cents or at 1 cent, I still need to just spend that $5. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. You see Almo in Diamond and Champ a lot, Icy Flow. I don't play at those levels, unfortunately, so I can't speak to that. Land is a lotto ticket with so many unknowns. Yeah, that's kind of why I've stopped buying land. I was like, in my mind, I was like, you know what? I want to buy I want a dollar cost average into land and buy like one per month. But the last couple of months, even though the price is down, so technically I should be buying right now. But it's like opening a pack, and it could be awesome. Don't get me wrong, it could be awesome. But for $300, I would rather, of course, I would rather buy SPS. Icy Flow, you won $100 in the tournament? Very nice. Owner versus rental tourneys, and the prizes are bigger for owner tourneys? That could be interesting. And then, guys, one question. Does blind ability contribute to percentage for monsters with phase? I don't think so. I think that's just melee and ranged. Here, sadly, there's not value in holding SPS. I unstake my SPS and just put them in LP. And I just buy vouchers with my airdrop. Maybe tournaments, but not worth it, I think. Baku had a good weekend too. After you need to host grudge matches. First one should be Icy versus Baku. TNA versus YGG. What are these grudge matches? Should we like host a tournament? I mean, setting up tournaments sounds awesome. But the prices for setting them up in here, actually, I guess they're not that expensive. But then, let's see. I think it's 2K. 2,000 DEC times 0.0027. I think that's what we're at. It's $5. But then the thing is, you also have to offer the reward. Man, I'm thinking like it'd be great to work with like brands that want to advertise in this space, right? It's just like I would go through the process of setting up the tournament and like managing and all of that. And then all they have to do is just put in some rewards and they get all the exposure, right? But that's how I don't know, in my opinion, how like from what I'm able to do, I'd be able to like bring more eyes and ears into the game. Just trying to do my part. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Vouchers is the token with the most possibility to go up, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I hope so. But I think vouchers is going to be very cyclical. I think vouchers, unless they offer something with vouchers. Oh, so last stream, somebody had a fantastic idea. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. But someone had mentioned, like, what if you could pay, like, one voucher to reset your ECR? Like, that would drive value to vouchers. Which would, you know, indirectly drive value to SPS. Like, that would be awesome. Because then, like, this kind of organic way to slow down players is mitigated by those that are, again, willing to spend money. But that will drive value to, in my opinion, the most important assets in the game, which are SPS. Alex, you bought land. Congratulations on joining the landowners club. I only have 2 plots, so, but I'm kind of happy with that. Totems may be where the action will be too. Just player versus player. Like wrestling and Weirby references uses wrestling model for tourneys. Chuni, maybe I'm not understanding. Just set up like, just have 2 players face off with one another in a challenge. So Icy Flow saying $5 for a pack is way too much for cards you have to level up. That's a good point. I mean, that's like 150% more than where Untamed was just a year ago. So what do you think that does to Rift Watchers then? Here's another interesting thing too. If SPS stays low, right? Like, let's say SPS stays at 10 cents versus like 20 cents. Like, double the amount of SPS is going to be locked away in the foundation. And if SPS like goes down, let's say SPS goes down to like 5 cents between now and when Rift Watchers comes out. Again, that's like double the amount of SPS that would be locked away. Because I don't know, I just don't see Rift Watchers as being like a major price catalyst. I think many people are probably holding onto their SPS right now, myself included. And it's just like, yeah, when Rift Watchers comes through, I'll buy some packs using that. SPS is now below 1 cent? I don't think so. It's still above 1 cent. What are you trying to say? Oh, do you mean it's below 10 cents? Let's see. nothing else. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, here we go. Is Bitcoin dumping again? No, Bitcoin isn't even dumping. The market's just kind of sideways right now. SPL lease non. Okay. So Wilson's in the 2 plot club too. Would like to get 10 before land is out. Oh, Wilson, I love your goals and I wish I could do the same. But you're right, there's too many things to buy. No, I meant that Weirbeard wants to create storylines for tourneys. Oh, like they do with wrestling? Interesting. That would be really interesting. Especially with a lot of the top players. You create like these rivalries. Okay, so I love the idea of setting up a league. I don't know. I've always like really enjoyed that. Like, I don't know, just like the way that like the NFL or the NBA is like set up, where it's just like, you know, you go through the season, then you get like the top teams that square off at the end. And part of me is just like, man, I love the idea of that, and then just like having this constant like thing. I don't know. It'd be cool to organize and run something like that for sure. We should up with that idea. That would be so. Oh, y'all's like RC. Yeah. See, I mean, I didn't come up with that idea, but whoever did, like, that's brilliant. I think that's a very easy way to. That's a very easy way to add just a little bit more utility to vouchers and then SPS. So, you know, that creates a demand, an ongoing demand for vouchers. And let's be fair though, and try to think through what are some of the holes in the logic here. Like, is this something that could be exploited by bots? And in my opinion, I thought about that at the time, and I'm just like, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because sure, bots could do that, but every time a bot does that, they will need to spend money buying a voucher, right? And yeah, sure, you could say like, okay, well, bots are being run by like the top, you know, the top accounts that have like tons of SPS staked and they're getting tons of vouchers. But then they're burning through their vouchers really, really quickly. And when something like a Waka promo or whatever next promo comes around, it won't just be for, you know, there's less vouchers in circulation, which means that voucher prices go up. And yeah, sure, people who have money are always going to get more, but that's always going to be the case, like no matter what. Spallona's Jerio, I know we're watching it in real time. How low can you go? How low can you go? Buy more SPS while dumping. Now the thing is DEC dumping with it? DEC's okay. Staying above 0.0027, so that's decent. But yeah, it's definitely sad. Sad to see. Oh man, it's going down. It's going down, down, and early around. Buy more SPS while dumping. IC Flow. This is where we need a proper crypto economy manager or outside advisors to create a more stable economy. So here's the thing, IC Flow. Everybody always throws a ton of praise on Yabamat for being a genius. And I'm not saying that he's not. I love everything that he's built. But my question is, do you think that he's not thinking about this stuff? Because he's got to be thinking about it. I wonder if it's just an implementation of, if it's just the implementation of these things. But you know what I mean? Like, I agree. Bringing in more people to have more perspectives is great. And this is what I love about the Mav chat, because like people like yourself have so many great ideas, and it's like, why can't we just it's got to be just an implementation thing, because I know that Matt probably doesn't read everything in there, but there's so many great ideas that I'm sure filter their way up through to him. You know what I mean? How does SPS selling work? Example, I have 20k SPS, current price is 0.1. If I sell 20k SPS in one transaction, will the 20k all sell for 0.1, or does it get incrementally low? Harris, if it's a market setting, then it's going to get incrementally lower, because every time you sell one, it gets eaten up by an order book. So actually, you know what? I covered this in one of the videos, and this isn't a very big... It wasn't a big exchange, was it? I think it was LB Bank. See, the thing is, this is off, because this is saying that 50% of the volume is done on LB Bank, but there's no Hive engine on here. How do I go to this website? There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the markets, and I want to take a look at SPS. So according to CoinGecko, it says 50% of tracked, 50% of tracked. There it is. Of tracked volume is on this exchange. So here's like your order book, right? Now the thing is with swaps, so something like TribalDex or PancakeSwap or whatever, that's all automated market maker. So it's not going to be like, you can't set a limit order on that. But we can look at the order book here, for example, and let's actually close it down a little bit. So here's a great example. If you wanted to sell, right? So if you wanted to sell and you're just going to do a market order, right now the price is actually, the price is 0.0999, right? On this exchange. So if you had your SPS on this exchange, if you wanted to sell and you didn't care what the price was, you just I have like 20k SPS and I want to sell it all. Well, here you will see that somebody is willing to buy 185 SPS for 0.0991. And then the next thing is somebody's willing to buy another 155 SPS tokens for 0.0989. So you can see that as a market, it gets lower and lower and lower. Now, using your example, if you actually came through with 20k SPS, look at this. So this is a cumulative tracker here, right? So this counts every little thing. And by the time you actually get to 20k SPS, you've essentially moved the price down. Shit, you moved the price down to 1 penny. So there's not that much volume on here. Let's use a smaller example. Let's say you only had like 5 or 4,000 SPS, right? If you were to do, like, you could play whale games with this market right now, because if I wanted to dump the price on this exchange, it would take me maybe 5,000 SPS. This is how small SPS is. Like, I have this right now. I would, it's being staked, but I could easily pull, 5, 10k SPS. And if I wanted to, I could sell it. And this exchange, and probably this exchange only, like, I would dump the price with 10k down to a penny on this exchange. But this is why I'm saying that I don't think that the volume thing isn't accurate here, because I think there's way more volume being handled on TribalDex and PancakeSwap. But even here, it's saying PancakeSwap isn't that high. You know what? If I had more time, I would probably try to play whale games here, because what I would do then, think like a whale, right? So what would I do? Okay, this is what I learned that I think is fascinating, okay? And I've never done this because I don't have the assets for it, but I do have enough SPS to do something here. But this is essentially how whales dump. So what do? I would need to have what's that called? I would need to have both USDT and SPS. Okay. So let's say I have 10K SPS. No, let's do 5K SPS. Sorry, I'm getting really lost in this, but hopefully it'll be entertaining to you guys. So let's say I have 5,000 SPS that I want to do this with. I would need the equivalent of, I don't know, let's see, a certain amount of like US dollars. But I could take the 5K SPS right now, do a market sell. So not a limit, but a market sell, and literally dump this market, and it would immediately shoot down, right? To sell all that SPS, it would shoot down to 6.9 cents. Now, what I do at the same time is then I have a limit buy order at 6.9 cents to say that I want to buy 5K SPS. But all I'm doing is essentially I'm dumping the market down with the SPS that I have now. I'm selling at all of these higher prices where people are willing to buy. And then I set a limit buy order that scoops everything up for cheaper. And all of a sudden, now I walk away with, I don't know, with more than 5K SPS that I was able to buy at 6.9 cents. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's how it would technically work, but I don't feel like playing whale games. Also, I'd be too scared to actually give it a try, because I wonder if like bots in the market will be able to react faster than I would be able to. All right, Harris, that was for you. We went deep into that. So 1 voucher equals 1% ECR. Oh my gosh. Vouchers will be the most expensive things in the game then. So Yahya is saying that this is because the game was centered around DEC. They're struggling integrating SPS and everything that like other games do. Gotta eat, guys. All right, see you later, Wilson. I mean, I don't think they're struggling to get SPS. I think that it's just really slow. It's not happening in the timeframes that people are expecting, which says something about everybody's expectations, right? Like we're probably being a little too eager. But at the same time, like, I mean, I've been playing this game for what, 6 months, 7 months now. And I'm trying to think, like, it feels so short, but at the same time, it's like 6 months is like half a year is a good amount of time. So I don't know. It's like, it's hard for me to look back at it and be like, are they doing things quickly enough or are they not? And again, I'm not here to bash the team by any means. I think that the team is working very, very diligently to try and get all these things put out. The problem is there's just so much to do, and all the people that they've brought in to the team take some time to get up to speed. But this is why I'm excited for like now through the second half of the year, because they have a ton of people that are part of the team now that are working on land, that are working on all these things. I would hope that they could just go boom, 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 get all these different updates and rollouts, implemented. The thing that was disappointing, just speaking honestly, the thing that was disappointing was that, like that leaderboard issue from a couple weeks ago or from a couple seasons ago. And then people were complaining about it. And I thought that like, okay, well, yes, they're going to have to divert some resources from here and there, but it would have been nice for them to actually get it done last season. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that it's fixed now. So it's not, how do I put it? They addressed it as quickly as they could, and I'll give them credit for that. It's just, I think when there's crazy exploits like that, like things that are actually broken in the game, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, it sucks that we're going to go through another season with that, even though it doesn't affect me, right? I don't play for leaderboard, so it doesn't affect me, but just if I was, it would be annoying. So Chuni saying Axie is trying to change their economy too. If Axie cannot do it, that may be predictive to Splinterland success. Axie, if you could give me like the TLDR or like the 1 to 2 sentence thing of what they're trying to do, because I'm not following Axie at all. Ice Ninja Pro, what up? Igor, can you propose the idea somewhere? I'm driving right now. I'm curious, in the feedback.splinterlands.com, do they have that there where you can like put proposals in? Also, I really want to dump the price of SPS on this exchange. But I don't think I can even set up an account here. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy to me how easy it is to dump the price here. And these cell walls are very, very small too. There's just not much volume here. Why is it saying that there's so much volume here? I don't know. Do you know how to get SPS off of Hive and onto a centralized exchange? No. Quick answer is no. I don't even know how I would send SPS here. Because I don't know what I don't know what chain this is on. So that's actually a good point. Maybe this is why people aren't doing it. But I don't know what chain this exchange is on. Because SPS exists on the Hive blockchain, but I don't know if Hive is connected here. I don't know if this is... Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is an Ethereum. Wait, how come there's no... Is there no Ethereum contract address? They only have BSC. Interesting. Okay. Thanks, appreciate it. I don't have any trading background. Chuni, I don't even know what an order book is. Yeah, I know we got really deep into it, but it's just interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, let's spam some 5-minute mission, shall we? After showing you what an order book is, however, there's not much depth, so I think we're pretty much long SPS for now since there are less buy orders. Yeah, this is a bad example. Well, no, sorry. This is actually a fantastic example of like an order book, but I don't think that it's doing the volume that they're saying that it is. Right? This is saying that it's handling... This is saying that it's handling $100 or $352,000 of volume. Which maybe this is just bots trading back and forth at that volume. Because look at this, like we're not even in the tens of thousands of SPS. Like this sell order here for SPS, once it hits 75 cents, right? So we're at 10 cents, but if it were to hit 75 cents, somebody's trying to sell 4 SPS. And at 73 cents, somebody's trying to sell 20 SPS. So that doesn't make much sense to me. There's just not much volume there. It's probably just bots going back and forth. But we're back above 10 cents, so it's a good sign. I wonder if Bitcoin's going to dump again now that it got rejected. Rejected. Remind me, what's the full potential integration of SPS? Yeah, I think a lot of that still remains to be seen. I know that they want it for everything cool, and they want vouchers for everything cool in the game. But, you know, it would be nice to get an updated roadmap. Everybody's been asking for it. They gave us like a tease at the end of last year in December, because I remember there was so much FUD happening in the Discord channels, and I was just like, I don't know if this is like a knee-jerk reaction by the team to like release this roadmap just to show that, okay, SPS is going to do something. But obviously even since that time, SPS has gone down significantly. Like on the 90-day, where were we? Oh no, this is DEC. Oops. Oh yeah, we were at like the 20-cent range. Yeah, you know, so somebody asked earlier, like, what would you do if SPS were to hit a penny? I think that I'd buy. Again, the way that I'm looking at this is like, I don't think they're going to give up on this token. I think that would actually, here's the thing. If the team were to give up on the SPS token, I would actually lose a lot of faith in the game, right? SPS is less than a year old. And if they're not going to do anything to like give it value, and I'm not talking about pump the price, but give it legitimate value that makes people want it for something, then I don't know. That would be, I don't think that's going to happen is what I'm trying to say. And if it did, I think many people's faith in the game would be shaken because all of a sudden it's just like, this is the first asset that the team was like, meh, right? Like we're just going to not care about it. So I'm saying that I don't think that we're going to get there. So the further it falls down, the more I want to get. All right, Chuni, Axie's decreasing rewards for the most part. They're trying to address all the inflation, lots of articles. I think burning is the best answer. It's what the Fed is starting to do with the US dollar. How's the Fed burning US dollars? SPS on exchanges is BSC. Okay. Thank you, Yahia. Okay, actually that's easy then. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the bridge to get it out there, but that does make it easy. IC Flow, you have to set up an account and see what chains they use for transferring. Some use multiple. Yep, that's a good point. I mean, I use KuCoin for a lot. We're not even listed on KuCoin. It'd be nice if we were listed on KuCoin. The question you have to ask yourself is why aren't we listed on these major exchanges? Like this ApeCoin thing was listed day one on all these major exchanges. It's on Coinbase, it's on Binance, it's on Gemini. I don't know. Hopping off and hitting the hay. Great stuff. Ben, it was good to chat with you. Have a good night, man. Mexi has a deeper order book for SPS relative to CEX. Fed is liquidating their balance sheet to dry up US dollars. Well, the Fed has to buy all the US debt and treasuries now because nobody else wants it. So yeah, I guess that would eat up some liquidity, but they're gonna have to print more money in the future to buy it back or to pay it back. All right, so somebody was saying see, it says the volume here is so low though. That's so weird. But let's go check it out. Trade. Let's do spot. All right, where is? All right, here's the order book. Whoa, there seems to be way more here. All right, this is interesting. Hold on, let's dig in a little bit further. Yeah, it seems like there's way more, not volume, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with either of these exchanges, so. If PKM token gets listed on Binance before SPS, I would just go wild. No, I don't think PKM is going to get listed anywhere. No offense to Jarvie and the team, but it's such a small token that's affiliated with one game. Oh. I don't think Binance listing is going to happen anytime soon. I mean, I hope it does, but from what I understand, it's just like the team isn't planning to pay. They're not planning to pay whatever the price that Binance is charging them. So it's like a game of chicken, right? It's like, who's going to blink first? Who's going to want the other's business more? And clearly, Agro has drawn a line in the sand and said, they'll come to us. So, Icy Flow, I know it feels like Splinterlands is blacklisted from major crypto platforms. Icy Flow, I don't get it. Like, you know, I follow a lot of other like YouTubers in the mainly like the crypto space, but like they cover gaming here and there, and it's just like they're always talking about games on like the Ethereum blockchain and that. I'm just like, from a metric standpoint, Splinterlands is doing so much more than a lot of these other games. Some of these games haven't even launched yet, and it's just like, why? I don't know. It blows my mind. It makes me feel two ways, right? It makes me feel that either we're like super early to this, or like you said, yeah, there's something weird there where people just don't want to recognize what's happening on Splinterlands. And you know, the easy answer is to say, well, it's on Hive, so nobody cares about Hive. But I don't know. I see for refusing to pay the VGIG never helps you. Oh, they will sell the debt at a discount to attract buyers and can afford to take the loss on the paper. Oh, Chuni. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in the U.S. We've dug ourselves into quite the hole. So Mari's saying, how can the volume be big if a token is listed on thousands of exchanges? More listings, the less liquidity. So I don't know if it is even good if a coin is listed on many exchanges. No, it's good because it just gives access to people. And then, yeah, volume does go up, which could potentially drive interest in price. But keep in mind, the higher and more, the higher profile that SPS gets, there is way more potential to be played with by whales. Welcome back, Wilson. So I think the best example is actually like Bitcoin this year. So Bitcoin started getting traded on major exchanges with like spot ETFs and futures ETFs and all this. And once institutions came in, it's just like the price of Bitcoin just is manipulated left and right. And that's a huge asset, right? That's a hundreds of $1 billion asset. What are we at? 785 billion. But keep in mind, 785 billion. Actually, check this out. The entire crypto space is $1.9 billion. No, I'm sorry, $1.9 trillion. That is less than the value of Apple. And Apple, I think, crossed like 2 trillion sometime last year. So it shows you just how small of an asset class crypto is, and specifically how small Bitcoin is. But it's just like when you have these people who are dealing in the trillions and tens of trillions of dollars with wealth that they manage, they look at something like Bitcoin. They look at something like Bitcoin in the same way that I was looking at SPS, when I was just like, oh, hey, like it would only take, for this is, they don't have the cumulative here, but you know, it's only going to take 5,000 SPS for me to like move the market on this exchange and like play some kind of whale games. Sounds like fun. Let's do it. It's Tuesday. I'm on board. You know what I mean? Like that's what ends up happening when you attract higher, or like higher liquidity, higher capital. Tuna, the key to adding value is controlling the supply, staking, burning. Then you can work on the price on the outstanding tokens. BTC being held in wallets off exchanges is an example. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I keep looking at it and saying, like, the only way the price is going to go up is if there's genuine demand for it. Sure, you can lock up as much as you want, right? Like, we could lock up. Let's go back to SPS. There's like 600 million SPS right now. Half of it is staked. We could lock up 575 million and only 25 million be liquid. But if nobody wants that 25 million, they're going to sell it and the price will tank. Right? So it all comes down to utility is really what it is. Like if there's no utility given to the token, like, nothing's going to happen with it. You can lock up as much as you want, but if there's no utility, people will sell it rather than buy it. The locked up amount just makes the volatility greater. It doesn't change the direction of volatility. All right, let's see here. We didn't get a pizza slice. That's okay. Last time I checked, we don't even show up on NFT gaming ranking on CMC. Weird. Demand will come when land is out. Yeah, but I mean I think we're really far from land. I hate to say it, but I think we're really far away from land. Because keep in mind, like they also said land is going to come out in phases. So, all right, I think I'll just wait. Oh, you know what? I have. Oh, Mario, we've already been single digits. Actually, CoinGecko's still showing it above. So, Chuni's saying, I use DApp Radar to track daily users. Not sure, though, if DApp is the best indicator. What do you think? Yeah, I don't have much experience with DApp Radar, but I know that it's cited quite a bit, so I would say that it does have some clout. Are there Splinterlands here? $350,000 users, transactions volume. Wow, this is really small volume. I mean, this is crazy. Like we're number one. What in the hell? DApp Radar says we're number one. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. How many of these users, daily active users, are bots? So, let's go extreme here. And let's say 90% of daily active users are bots. So that means only 10% are real people. And that leaves us with about 35,000 users or players. That at 35,000, we're still close to top 10. Now, granted, I haven't heard much about any of these other games. I've heard of Alien Worlds. Obviously, I use BSC. Pancake Swap. It's crazy. Staking SPS on players will add utility too. The battle betting element always attracts attention. Chuni, I agree. I mean, if anything, it will lock up more SPS, right? Because staking on players is going to be different than staking in the game. And so it'll offer like a different way to lock up utility. Oops. Let's do another. Do it daily. This is actually my first time checking out DApp Radar. But wow, Axie Infinity only has 18,000 players. I mean, I don't know. To me, this just shows you how small this sector is. and therefore how much potential it has to like really pop in the future. But there's also significant risk, so I'm not trying to shill out too much hopium here. You guys know I'm very selfish with my hopium. I only give it out when it makes sense. There we go, single digits. Dumping to a penny. Jerrio's feeling bearish. Bots are listed too? What do you mean bots are listed? Did they talk about bots here? Whoa, what is this volume that like spiked up in March 7th? What happened there? That volume looks weird. Oh, no, never mind. I was looking at the 7-day. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. I will just say that if you're staying active, not just within split lens, but like active in crypto at this time, yeah, I mean, the market is not looking good. And speaking realistically, if we're in a bear market, you can expect this trend to go down for, I don't know, maybe another 12 months, maybe another 12 to 15 months, right? Bear market will usually last around 18 months. And I would say with BTC being in a downtrend since November, December, January, February, March, it's about 4 months already. So yeah, about like 12 to 15 months before we see any kind of like bottoming out, right? Not a bull run, but just a bottoming out is I think what's on average been happening with Bitcoin. So where does 14 months put us actually? That is, we'll say 15 months. So that's going to put us in June of next year. June of 2023. Now, next BTC halving. I know this is going to, I think it's May of 2024. April of 2024. So we're going to technically, okay, if we look at the way that the last two cycles have gone, we will bottom out probably sometime summer of next year. From a Bitcoin standpoint. But again, that's going to like drive everything down in value. SPS could hit a penny way before that. But then it's not going to be until the halving happens on in April of 2024. Not until that happens that for the following 18 months after that, we'll start to get into a bull run. But, I didn't stay active between 2017 and 2021, right? Like I was big into the space. I held my Bitcoin and I held my, Ethereum and all those other tokens. And I was just like, whatever, like I bought this, I'm just going to hang out and like live my life and not pay attention to it. But part of me wishes that I did pay attention to it because it's like, had I been seeing all the innovation that was happening, things like Strike, Lightning Network, all of that, I probably would have been putting more into it rather than just holding. And who wouldn't have wanted to buy Bitcoin at, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and Ethereum at $100. So yeah. JB Santos, hello, what's going on? April is historically strong for Bitcoin. I hope so. There's the narrative going on that we're in like the lengthening cycle. And so therefore like Bitcoin is still poised to do like a big run and blow off top and all of that. And let me just say, like, I'm cautiously optimistic, just cautiously optimistic. Because I think people are just drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. I want them to be right. I want them very much to be right. But I also think it's just like, oh, like it hasn't happened yet. So we're just going to believe and we're going to believe and it's going to happen. Right. And it's just like, oh, sweet. I got my, I got it. Let's go. So yeah, I just hope I'll have fun sitting around if SPS drops more. I mean, Wilson, you could look at SPS as like a, you can almost just like dollar cost average in to SPS if you believe in it long term. I know that's not like the popular thing to do. Everybody wants to buy the bottom, but it's incredibly difficult, and you have to be very, very lucky to call the bottom. So, I mean, you could just be buying every week, and it doesn't need to be much. Like, you could buy like a couple dollars worth every single week, and then you'll accumulate more than you realize over time, because this APR isn't going down anytime soon. If you guys watched the video that I posted yesterday, like, we're still going to be at like a 20% APR, and you earn in kind. So you'll be earning a ton of SPS even after the airdrop ends. So it's not a terrible place. If you're in it for the long run, it's not a terrible place to just keep parking, like, or putting, dollar cost averaging into. Chuni, I think the coming regulation will trump these 4-year halving cycles. Once there's clear regulations, more money will come in and make these halvings less relevant, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Yeah, I mean, I think I worry about what the SEC is going to try and do to a lot of these securities tokens, like everything, like essentially like anything DeFi related. But I agree. Once that happens, there might be like a big dump in the market because people will be scared, and rightfully so. But yes, once there's clarity, then big money starts to come in. And if you have the conviction to hold through that and or buy through that, you'll be better off in the long run. IC Flow saying crypto needs more time. There's no short supply of crypto haters out there. The longer it's around, the more people will accept it. IC Flow, I agree. I mean, like I'll say, I mean, I don't know, like if I would call him a good friend, but like somebody that I'm like relatively close to and like hates crypto and is just like always ragging on like Bitcoin and whatever. And it's like, part of me gets frustrated because he's not a dumb guy. He's like really smart, but the narrative out there is very like, and the thing is, crypto backs it up. Like Bitcoin backs it up by having these massive dumps, but it's like, if you just study it a little bit more, I think you'll see what the value is. I'm not saying put your entire life savings into it, but I'm saying that this thing does have utility. And if you are blinding yourself to the adoption that's happening in the rest of the world, you're going to be in for like a very, very like rude awakening at some point. I don't know, just my opinion. BTC has beaten everything. It beat the EU last week, in my opinion. What do you mean it beat the EU? Oh, when they said that they were gonna, or they weren't gonna have any like regulations on it. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, but I understand the Bitcoin maxi argument. And I do believe that in order for the space to succeed, like Bitcoin has to win. Like Bitcoin just has to win, because decentralization is going to be the most important thing in the coming decades. Like I'm a big believer in that. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to be the only one, but Bitcoin has to win. So I do believe we're going to live in a multi-chain world. That'll be complex, but what's going to be interesting is the applications that will be built on top of all of these will make it so that it doesn't matter what chain you're using. You won't even know as the end user. EU was going to ban it. Then they did not put it in the bill. Oh, nice. So far, it's hard to stop. China did not do it. Yeah, their reaction to crypto is more emotional than rational. That's a good point, Icy Flow. It's hard for, now this is me drinking the Kool-Aid, but it's hard for me to look at this and say, like, how is this not the future? Right? How is this not? And I'm not talking about split knowledge. I'm talking about like crypto. Like, look at the brain drain that is happening. Everybody's like leaving traditional finance, leaving whatever, and like jumping into this space because there's just so many cool, exciting applications that are going to be here. If you think people are going to like leave this and then go back, it's not going to happen. Like crypto might have another crazy crash, but it's not going to die. And the people who are going to be around are going to be the ones that are going to be continuing to build awesome things around it. Just like what happened between 2017 and today, right? Like in 2017, there was no Celsius or BlockFi or like lending out your crypto and earning a yield on it. There weren't all these different like resources. And I don't know. It's just, There weren't even like YouTubers back in 2017. I remember I spent most of my time on the Bitcoin subreddit to get news, and now it's just like this is a business. This is like literally a business for people to just create content around crypto. I mean, look at what I'm doing with the YouTube channel. Obviously, this is very game focused, but it's so very much driven by what happens in the crypto markets. Oh man. It'll be interesting to see what happens with SPS. If we're already below 10 cents today, and we got 4 months until the end of the airdrop, ooh, it's gonna be bad. So right now, until the U.S. makes BTC officially a commodity. Wait, so the thing is, the U.S. has already blessed Bitcoin. Bitcoin is listed as an asset, not a security. So the ones in trouble are Ethereum and every other token, essentially, because if they're securities, then they're regulated differently. And unfortunately, the U.S. has some very outdated securities laws. Pink Panda is the one I believe in the most. Is Pink Panda a YouTuber? What do they say? You all are young, but what people say about crypto, they said about the internet. You all are... I see, Flo, how old are you? I'm probably... I don't know. Maybe... I don't know what your age is, but I do remember some stuff about when the internet was first there and how it was called a fad. I mean, I love those posts. I see, Flo, I'm closer in age to you than you probably think. But I love like all the little things that they put out there, where it's just like those newscasters talking about how the like internet's a fad, or like, is this thing ever gonna like take off or whatever. So yes, I do believe this. People say that this is internet 3.0, right? Mobile was 2.0. Obviously the first version of this was America Online. And that's why you stay focused on BTC. Like, people should have stayed focused on Google. Yep. I mean, BTC at the, like I said, I mean, I'm even averaging out of the game to averaging to Bitcoin at this point. So I see Flo agree. That's why you stay focused. Vilson, how old are you? I don't know if I want to answer that, Vilson. I'll just say that I'm slightly younger than Icy Flow. But you know, my youthful complexion. People usually think that I'm younger, but maybe that's just because I look completely immature, and you know, I don't have my life together. I'm just messing with you guys. No, it's a coin. Very good team. Oh, Pink Panda is a coin? Let's check it out. All right, this, like any coin that like looks like this, I'm just like, okay, 1% of the people are going to get rich and dump on everybody else that joins it. Oh, look, it happened already. Somebody dumped. Yikes. I don't know, Mario. I mean, I would say just be careful. Don't put in more money than you're willing to lose. Especially on BSC. I mean, there's a ton of scams on Binance Smart Chain. I love Binance Smart Chain, though. I think it is a great competitor to Ethereum. But because of the cheap fees, there's just so many scams on there. Just hodl and keep playing. Blazin, what's going on? Blazin, is this your first time in a stream? I usually remember most people that come through here. If so, welcome. What's a Pink Panda? Afterson is young at heart. One of the best content producers. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Afterson, I bet you could make money. You know, so, Chuny, you're not the first person to mention that. If I even posted like something about it recently, I was just like, people have been asking me for like some kind of membership, and it's just like, I don't like, all my content is free. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, sure, it's monetized with ads, but until I can figure out what exactly I'd want to do with some kind of membership, because it has to be something that gives value, right? Like I don't want people just like paying for whatever. My content, I want it to always be free and to be out there. But you're not the first person to ask. People have mentioned that before. So if I can figure something cool out, then I will. Icy Flow, I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love your inputs, Icy Flow. It's always good to chat. Dom, hello. Dom, it's good to see you. Yeah, man, I've been watching your vids and added you to my daily watch list. Hey, appreciate it, Blason. I'm glad it's helpful and or entertaining. I don't know. You know what? The thing is, like, for me, I was burned. So, Chuni, to your point, I was burned by all of the YouTubers in Q4 talking about, like, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. Bitcoin's going to do this. Get ready for 100K Bitcoin. And I think there was a lot of market manipulation that happened there. But also, I just realized, like, there just needs to be some kind of responsibility, right? Like you can't just like get on a video and say, oh, not financial advice. Cause you are influencing people. And at the end of the day, like even if I got on here and I said, yes, this is financial advice. Like everybody at home needs to take like responsibility. And when I say burned, it's not like I lost like a ton. Cause I wasn't, it's more so I was just like listening and drinking the Kool-Aid. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, it was so eye-opening to see them get it so wrong. Where now it's just like, okay, well, everybody wants to hear like the good news that's coming, right? And you know, other larger YouTubers talk about it. And I've seen it now with my own videos, but it's just like the videos that talk about like SPS going to the moon, they get way more views than like the videos that talk about it being realistic. So like, if you look at it, part of it is because I'm lazy, but also like I don't come up with like crazy thumbnails. I'm not trying to like literally I put the description of like what I'm going to talk about in the title, and it's usually like why we're in a bear market, why SPS is going to go down, why this like, so it's all like negative because it's like I only want people who are like actually interested in the analysis of it to be the ones commenting, because I don't want to attract like the Moon Boy audience where they're going to be like, oh, like why, you said it was going to go up and now it didn't. And now I hate you. Like I read that in the comments of other YouTubers I follow. I'm just like, oh, that sounds awful. I actually like, again, I never expected to be a like YouTube content creator. This just kind of happened on a happy accident, but I can't tell you how grateful I am that the comment section of my videos is actually a very healthy place that I enjoy going to and spending time in and like engaging with others. It's not just like scam or whatever. So hopefully that's because of the fact that we've been able to build a solid community here rather than anything else, but you never know. So Vilson, I'm between you and Icy Flow. Honestly, the intangible value is the distraction that Splinus provides for all the toxicity in the real world. Community is really positive, and I appreciate that more than anything. Chuni, agreed. I mean, I talk about what got me to check out the game and then what got me to stay. So what got me to check out the game was, obviously, I was interested in play to earn and what was potentially happening. I was floored by the return and the APR of both SPS and then the DEC airdrop, SPS airdrop with DEC and holding DEC initially. That's what like got me into it, and I started putting more funds in. But it was really the community that made me stay. Like obviously, I loved the game and it was fun to play, but it wasn't until I started streaming on Twitch actually in September of last year, because it was like I got into the game and then it was a couple weeks before I started streaming on Twitch. And then the community was just awesome. And I was coming from, and I still play it, but like I was streaming a lot of Fortnite before that. And Fortnite is just a bunch of young kids who are super toxic, but they're fun. I love it. And I have a good time with them. But it was just like a completely different vibe where everyone's like, let's get rich together. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm about that. And then the generosity too was a big one. And I think every community is going to go through its ups and downs in the bear market, but this is where we're at right now. We'll figure it out. I can say that I'm disappointed in the performance of SPS while still being very long-term bullish on it. You know what I mean? Dom, you sold your cards again? Oh, whoops. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up here. Oh, Dom, you said, what do you think about ApeCoin, the metaverse, and PTE coming? I think if you made money on ApeCoin, I'm really happy for you. I don't know. I decided to steer clear from it. I don't really know much about what's happening there, but I think that it's hard to deny that NFTs, and specifically like large NFT communities like Bored Ape Yacht Club, are not doing some really innovative things in the space. Now, yes, is it making themselves richer by just like launching coin after coin? Because don't they have like a banana token as well? Wasn't this part? Oh no, that was a CyberKongs one. Okay, I'm getting confused with my monkeys here. So there's CyberKongs that did the banana token, and then Ape did theirs. So yeah, I don't know. You know, if you bought that first day after the initial dump, then you're sitting pretty good. But I'll have to do a little more research into what's happening there. Are they creating some kind of metaverse project now? So what's cool about this though with ApeCoin is the fact that they're working with Yatsu and Animoca Brands, because I'm not invested into anything that Animoca Brands has worked with, but I think Yatsu is a really interesting guy and obviously is putting together some cool things. So I'm following what they're working on. But like I remember, I think I was like considering buying some tokens within my DeFi pet, and then I think it was like Rev Racing or something. So the thing is like Animoca Brands is like legit in terms of like they're a legitimate company that's not trying to scam people, and they're just trying to create and invest in cool projects along the way. Now that doesn't mean that some of these projects might not be scams or rug pulls or whatever. Like obviously, hopefully Animoca does the best, or is able to do their what is that called? Vetting on the best possible way, or to the best of their ability. Yeah. I sold my cards again, losing a bit of interest about playing the game, but still there's hope for Splinterlands to impress me. Dom, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not playing the game right now. I've rented out all my cards. I miss playing the game, but I also am totally fine not playing it. That doesn't mean I'm not like studying it every day and checking out battles and looking on tournaments. But yeah, I don't know. Dom, interestingly enough, like I'm more similar to you. I'm actually considering not buying, but renting cards. And like renting like OP legendary summoners, such as like Yodin, Valnamor, and Llama, and then just playing in bronze for fun. And I don't know, maybe playing in bronze will be awful, but similar to you, I wouldn't be playing for the money. I'd just be playing because I want to see if I can get leaderboards renting out these cards for like 20 to 25 cents per day. I drank the O'Shaughnessy's Kool-Aid. Now I'm very conservative in putting in. Yeah. Well, you know what the O'Shaughnessy thing showed me? It told me that investing in cards as an investment is way too volatile for me. Like I don't like that past my risk tolerance. So like I'm no longer buying cards to invest in them because yeah, sure, value might go up in the long run, but any kind of major changes in game meta, which are going to happen potentially twice a year with both a main edition launch and a mini edition launch, that's too much for me. And that's when I decided to go all in on SPS and all in on only leveling up a deck for myself and not buying a bunch of cards to get rental income from. So Chuny, Splinterlands TV on Twitch has possibilities. You should contribute to that like the other content producers are doing. Wait, Splinterlands TV on Twitch? I'm doing a bad job of connecting with some of the other content creators out there. So I'll try to do more of that coming up, guys. Too many monkeys can't blame you. Sure. This is a marathon. It would be ironic if, in the end, the biggest payday will be cards. I think most OGs made their biggest gains with cards, but just speculating. There's a land sale coming soon, PT, etc. Watch the trailer. The animation, it's awesome. Wait, what are you talking about? Dominic. What game? Ron, how much am I earning daily on renting? I'm getting, from my main deck, I'm getting roughly like 500 to 550 DEC per day. So again, when I like balance that out with how many games I would need to play on a daily basis in order to make that back in gold 3 or gold 2. Actually, I'd only be in gold 3. Then it's just, I'd have to be playing a lot. So this frees up a little time for me to do other things, but I do miss playing, which is why I kind of want to play in bronze just for fun. And I'm considering that. Check your DM on Discord. Okay. Oh, Dom, you were talking about a point. Mario, I'll check it after I'm done. All right. Oh, no, she want to get off. All right, cool. We're on the same page. So Harris, I now look at print rates and card volume. Speaking of which, let's go check the print rate of these reward cards. Okay, so not financial advice, but I do think potentially the best, best investments right now are going to be the common rewards cards. From a card appreciation standpoint, like, I mean, these cards are going for pennies, like literally pennies. 2.5 pennies to be exact. Like you could buy this card for 0.025, right? 0.026. Now, I don't know about this one, but these guys right here, 0.027. Keep in mind, he was going for 30 cents at the beginning, right? And that was a constrained supply. It wasn't like a limited or finite supply. At the beginning, when they did the bronze nerfs, this thing shot up to 30 cents because not enough people could get their hands on them, right, in a fast enough time. So I look at this and I'm just like, okay, if 30 cents is potentially a benchmark for this, then buying them at less than 3 cents is over 10x. Now, I'm not buying them, so just being honest with you guys, but I'm also no longer like, I mean, I like getting them. Like when I look at like all these common cards and I just get only common cards from like a daily quest or whatever, I'm just like, that's fine. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hang on to it and, just be good. How much is one of these guys from a DEC standpoint? 9 DEC. Good thought. I'm still looking at abilities and not as disciplined as you. ApeCoin Metaverse game and land sale is coming. It's called, otherwise check it out. I don't make money with Ape now, but I will buy when prices are lower. Well, when it comes to Ape, I mean, you just have to counter trade whatever the narrative is, right? Like here's your hype, and then now we're in this downtrend. And if you know that land is coming at some point, then, you'd be buying now and maybe like averaging in as it goes down. And then whenever land is announced or whatever and the thing pops, you make a clean like 20, 30, 50% on it. Or 2x, who knows? But I'm not a trader, so don't listen to me. That's just how I would do it if I was a trader. So Chuni, I would keep the rewards cards separate. I would just keep stacking them separately because here's the thing, right? Like that's what I'm trying to say is at some point in the future, I don't believe they're going to be 2.5 cents. Like we're just in the thick of this print rate where like we're not even halfway through these common rewards cards. But as soon as they're gone, right? Similar to how we look at the packs, as soon as they are printed through, and there's a demand for them, at least the good ones, I think that they have the potential to go up in value. Now, how much? I don't know. I'm using 30 cents as that benchmark, but that 30 cents is really only for, or like 20 to 30 cents, I should say, is really only for like these three because they get used the most. But here's the thing. Look at the lowest value cards on the previous rewards, right? So the Untamed rewards cards, the ones with the cracked background. You know, maybe that Charlock Monster or Chain Spinner, I don't know. But if you just look at this, and we're just going to say that because it has half the power, it can maybe get to half the price. Well, here's, even if you go with Charlock Minotaur, right? Like I'm looking at like Harvester, well, whatever. Look at Charlock Minotaur. So if you get half the power, then just from a power standpoint, you would expect it to go half the price. So this will jump to like maybe 8 to 9 cents. I don't know. To me, that's like a clean 3x. Like, where are you going to get like a clean 3x? In the meantime, you also have cards that you could do something different with and potentially rent out, or, you know, some other kind of utility. Nobody's going to rent them out now, not at level 1, but for the next 4 months, you get airdrop points with them. So it's not a terrible thing. I don't know, just something to think about. So even if it's only 3x, that's not bad. I mean, I guess in crypto you can get 3x like anywhere, but you know what I'm saying. Would you combine your common rewards cards to level 10 or keep them single BCX? Sinib. I mean, I'm probably just gonna keep them. I'm only combining cards if I'm using them, if that makes sense. Like even my O'Shaughnessy's, like now I'm just gonna keep them solo, and then hopefully when they get to, hopefully it gets to a point where maybe the legendary summoner for water has some kind of like +1 magic or something that would make O'Shaughnessy a little bit more valuable. And not that I would sell them, because obviously I bought them for like more than 10x where they are now. So I don't think they're going to do a 10x in value, but I would just hope that there would be better rental value for them. So separate rewards cards could have better return than packs. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the value, I think a lot of these assets go up in value once they're out of their print rate. With packs, I mean, we're moving so slowly on packs. I don't think packs are going to sell it anytime soon. Like that, it's not that the interest isn't there. It's just the money isn't there. Like people are tapped out. Like, I'm not buying packs anymore. I'm happy with this 1410 and I'll get whatever airdrop I can. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like the value that you get from packs now, the only people buying packs are the ones that are holding it for overall like price appreciation, right? So it's just long-term, folks, because right now the value of a pack, oh, great, we've crossed 4 million packs. But the value within a Chaos Legion pack is how much? So a basic pack is going to get you $1.15, and you're spending $4 on that. So I don't know. It's not worth it. I agree. I was buying Mercenary at 30 cents before. I think they'll outperform everything else. 10 cents, it's already 3x. Yeah, Dom, exactly. So that's why I look at the rewards cards and I'm just like, oh, that's like something easy where it's just like I could buy a ton of those with the amount of, you know, DEC or SPS or whatever that I'm earning, and just like stack those. And then if they make it 3x, that's great. Yellow, of all things, legendary water summoner, the only thing it won't have is +1 magic. You're probably right. I'm just having a little wishful thinking. I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna have to like introduce more abilities, not with these summoners, but in the future they're gonna have to introduce way more abilities for these monsters to keep the game fresh. Like it's nice that the game meta continues to change. But it's like, okay, you already have Ulrich in the mix and Valdemar. And granted, those are like alpha and beta. So I think at some point they'll need to do another +1 to like keep modern fresh, you know? You're buying the blue Venari for 11 to 12 cents. Hey, that's a smart move. I remember I was buying those at $2 and they popped up to $6 for a bit. Should have sold them all. Yellow, it's good to have you here, though. I think this is your first time in the stream. Brian Wu, welcome. I think it's your first time in the stream, too. How would you comment the fact that ETH and BTC is surging, but SPS and DEC is still dumping? I would comment that that we saw this coming. So the thing is, there's too much sell pressure. Like, so in a way, SPS is somewhat decoupled from Bitcoin and Ethereum already. So like, there's a lot of speculation happening, obviously, with Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the stuff that's happening around the world. But what's happening for sure with SPS is everybody's selling it every single day because they're getting it for free with the airdrop. So until that ends, we won't see like the bleeding isn't going to stop. It's just going to keep going down and down and down. Now, it'd be different if Bitcoin was hitting new all-time highs, because if Bitcoin was like approaching 69K or whatever the all-time high was, then there would be this like renewed energy within the market, and that might have enough, right? Enough like volume, enough liquidity to carry SPS upwards. But right now, no. I mean, BTC can surge from like 35K to 40K or 41K, whatever it is. And I mean, I'm happy about that. But am I going out and am I buying a bunch of different projects and like feeling like, yeah, the bull run's back on? No way. And we're still down like over 35% from all-time high. So, you know, if Bitcoin continues this trend and maybe April like pushes the price up back into the 50Ks, like, sure. Yeah, we might have a reversal on SPS, and that'll be interesting to see because that's the rest of the market carrying it. But right now, there's just too much dead weight. Yeah, I'm saying no +1 magic yet since Ulrich is too soon. Yellow, good to be here. So Chuni, in the end, I'm tracking to August as the buying opportunity across the board in this game. If I believe it will continue, I think SPS DEC land will be lower. Chuni, I agree. August is going to be the big reset, because you know what's going to happen? People like are already starting to, you know, like lose interest and start to go about their lives and whatever, because the earnings just aren't here in this game. But my prediction is that DEC will go below its peg. Like, it was inflated way too high, and I do believe DEC will go below its peg in August, because I thought the team was going to try to save it, but I don't think they are. Like, it was like maybe a couple months ago, but in the town hall they just said, we want to give DEC utility, but we're going to wait to see what happens after the airdrop. So they're not going to mess with it. They're going to let the free market work, and I think at that point DEC will go below 0.001, and at that point the rewards are going to be absolute garbage. Now, we might be saved. The game might try to save things by launching ranked battle rewards at that time. And so people will then get excited about the fact that they can earn ranked SPS and ranked battle rewards, and that will bring some renewed interest. But DEC as a token and as a rewards token is going to be absolute garbage, right? Like, it's going to be giving out less than $1,000 in rewards every day. But you will have probably folks like myself who are like, ooh, DEC is below its peg. I'm not getting airdrop points anymore, but I'll buy it to A, speculate on the price, because I know that eventually it'll go back to at or around its peg. And two, burning DEC will, for like guild upgrades, is going to become super cheap. So like, you know, I haven't done anything with my guild just because it's been so expensive to do anything with it. But at that point, if all of a sudden DEC is less than the peg, yeah, I might go in and like buy some DEC and upgrade and burn it, because that's how the economy is going to work, right? Once the airdrop is done and there's no more utility given to DEC, everybody's going to dump it. And so once they do, that drives the value down below the peg. And once it's below the peg, that's when people who want to use DEC for, you know, whatever it is. I mean, right now it's only guild, but hopefully land will offer some DEC burning opportunities as well, since Rift Watchers is going to be SPS. So there's going to be some interesting things happening in Q3. I think Q3 is going to be a very, very exciting and tumultuous time. I think you called it right when you're saying that it's a big reset. The end of the airdrop is going to shake things up. And at that point, I think like I said, there's going to be a couple things that'll be implemented. Potentially Rift Watchers, which is SPS related, as well as Ranked Battles Rewards, which is SPS related. But I think DEC at that point crumbles. Is August the end of the airdrop or just after it? Just after it. I think the end of the airdrop is like July 26th or something like that. So August is dry powder month. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what the backdrop of the regular, or not the regular, but like the broader crypto market is, and what it will be like in August, and how, and to what degree it might impact Splinterlands, right? Like if it's pumping in August, that'll be interesting to see, because that could, yeah, I don't know, that could do something interesting to the game economy. But if we're just in this sideways thing, or even lower in August, then the game's going to have to find a way to survive on its own. Why is my bronze icon showing like that, like this? I don't know. I think this is part of the recent update that they did. Also, I'm not in bronze technically. I'm in, because I started the season in gold, I'm technically in gold. But because I've rented out all of my cards, I'm technically playing in bronze because I have that power, but I can't be on like the bronze leaderboards or anything. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. It's already 11:30. Guys, I didn't mean to be on here for 2 hours, but see, this is what happens. I just have so much fun hanging out with you. Or hanging with you. So, I'm going to hop off because I need to go watch the Illinois game. March Madness, baby. Let's go. Yellow, it was good to hang with you too. Thank you for being here. So for those who are new or catching the live stream for the first time, I do live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday mornings, roughly around this time. I'm in the US, so this is morning for me. But yeah, I will be back on Tuesday, most likely, and I'll catch you then. So everybody, if you want to leave your in-game usernames in the chat, I will go ahead and send out a little DEC to say thank you for hanging with me and closing out the stream. Just put the little @ symbol next to your name, so it's easy for me to go through the chat. Ron, thanks for your insights. No problem. I mean, it's always just a good conversation, so I appreciate you guys being here and joining it. Al Rashid, what's going on? Hope your weekend has been well. Just popped in to say hi and whatnot. Al Rashid, great timing. I'm just about to hop off, but I am doing the DEC giveaway right now, so throw in your in-game usernames. Thanks. Go Badgers. Ew, no Badgers. I went to Illinois, so no, I don't mind Wisconsin doing all right. Just not against Illinois. All right, so where are we at with SPS? I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds to throw in their in-game usernames, and we are back above 10 cents. Let's go. This is going to be a fight. Look at that. Oh, no, more Badgers fans? Fine. Let's see. What's the score right now? Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, Illinois is losing. All right, well.
Welcome to Chunk Cut.
I'll watch it later. Wisconsin born and bred. All right, that's fair. I sold my cars, bought 100 packs, and the rest of the money, SPS DEC, is much too volatile. Packs is the answer for long-term safe investment. Did you buy them from the site or on the secondary market, Dom? On Wisconsin, just having fun. Take care. See you in the arena. All right, guys. I'll catch you all in the game around soon. I'll catch you all around the game soon. Have an awesome rest of your weekend. If it is still Sunday for you, and if it's already Monday, then I'm sorry. But I hope you have an awesome week and it goes by quickly. Or maybe you love what you do, and I hope it goes by really slowly and you get to enjoy every moment of it. All right. Peace.